Brian in Manchester. Hi, Brian.
Yeah, well, first of all, Gardner's a shocking appointment, really. I just don't understand that at all. But my thing that I rang in was to say that as a Man City fan, I would be quite happy for Leicester to win the Premier League this year.
Okay.
Because I just think it would be a wonderful thing for the game.
I agree. I think it'd be brilliant.
I agree, but it's not going to happen, is it?
Do you know what, Brian? I've just watched. There's a film that's just come out about Forest winning the European Cup and the League Championship and the European Cup.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that is one of the great football stories.
Yeah.
And if they could do it, it would be. Well, it'd be at least equal to that, wouldn't it? It's just astonishing in this day and age. If they did that, it would be fantastic.
Yeah, otherwise, I'd be interested in why Sav says if he doesn't think it'll happen. Why won't it happen?
Why won't Leicester win the Premier League? Well, listen, there's a third of the way the season gone. They've done unbelievable. Listen, I hope, like you, Brian, that Leicester City win the Premier League. But I think they'll have a time in the season where I think this month now is massive. They've got 6 games coming up against the top sides in the Premier League. They've won the previous games, and listen, every game in the Premier League is hard to win. No, let's make no bones about that. Every game, every 3 points in the Premier League is difficult to get. But now, this month, the next 6 games, they're playing against the real top side. So let's see if they win all the next 6 games.
Why are you saying impossible? Why is it impossible?
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Oh dear.
But Brian, it's not going to happen. Do you think?
Yeah, don't you believe in Santa Claus, Robbie?
My kids listen to this. Yes, of course I do. It's not going to happen, Brian.
Fletch, what you were saying there about the Forest thing, it's unbelievable. I was talking to my lad and I was trying to explain to him, that Nottingham Forest won the European Cup twice. And he was like, he just couldn't believe it. He was like, well,
I think the thing is, Brian, that's evidence that it can happen.
Yeah.
Whether it's...
Not now, Fletch.
Why not?
A team like Nottingham Forest will never win back-to-back European.
No, absolutely. Of course they won't. I mean,
and a team like Leicester's not going to win the Premier League, unless if they come in now and the guy spends 100. If they got Messi and all that, it's not going to happen.
No, they don't. No, they don't need Messi to win the league.
I'm just saying, Fletch. Unless they.
What are you talking about spending?
You're going to have to spend to win the Premier League. You're going to have to spend an awful lot of money.
What this year?
What
this year?
Well, okay, it adds up to... If City win the Premier League, over the course of the last 2, 3, 4 years, have spent a lot of money. If United win the Premier League, they've spent an awful lot of money. If Liverpool win the Premier League, they've spent an awful lot of money. To win the Premier League, if Chelsea win it, you got to spend an awful lot of money. So, if Leicester, the next 3 years, spend 500 million quid, they'll have a chance of winning it. Until that point, no.
But this is their best chance to win it,
surely. Fletch, they're not going to win the Premier League.
No, but this is their best chance to win it. Not in 3 years' time, it's now, isn't it?
But they're not going to win it now because they haven't had the 3 years of money spending 500 million quid.
No, but if they win tonight, they'll be top of the league.
Oh, man, for that, listen, they're not going to win the league.
Brian, we're only having the discussion, aren't we?
Yeah.
Well, Brian, do you think Leicester will win the league? Let me ask you the question.
I hope they do, yeah.
No, let me ask you the question. Brian, do you think Leicester City will win the Premier League?
Right, okay, so if Aguero does his hamstring, if Martial does his hamstring, if Coutinho does his hamstring, then, they've got a good chance,
No, you've asked the question.
But he's saying they've got a good chance. You're saying they've got no chance. He says they've got a good chance.
Okay, Brian, you're entitled to your opinion, Brian, like I am.
Brian, I love callers like you. It's fantastic because he's banging the desk and all sorts. Brian, thanks for your call. It's brilliant.
All right, lads. Bye.
Brilliant.
Do you not, Fletch, you honestly think Leicester have got a chance to win the Premier League?
No, I didn't say that, but when you said they've got to spend X amount of money in 3 years...
Of course they have, 4 years.
This is the year when they could potentially win it.
No, they can't potentially win it this year. They can't. They're not going to. They can't win the Premier League. Unless they spend 300-400 million quid over a period of time and get the top players of the football club and keep hold of their players in January, then they got a chance.
Yeah. What if they buy a couple in January then? What if the Thai owners in January, for top of the league, they go, I'll tell you what, they're not going to go and buy Messi, as you suggested.
No, I didn't suggest, that was tongue-in-cheek.
Okay, flippant is the word you're looking for, because you were banging the desk at that point, so I thought I'd remind you of that one.
I hope they do, but they're not going to.
So let's say they get to January, and they go and buy 2 or 3 solid players.
Solid?
Good players, that eliminates that risk of a key player dropping out, then can they win the Premier League?
No.
So you're saying there is nothing Leicester City can do in January to win the league?
No.
Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Right.